we are back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy James, and this is Watch Your Mouth Reviews. I am here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. And it ain't gonna happen this video. We are here for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 8, Episode 1. The ladies of Potomac are back and about to give us a whole lot of action. At least we hope. Joining me today is my girl, Mrs. Best, my co-host with the mostest. She is always here doing these lives with me. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. We definitely appreciate the love, y'all. This is going to be another new TV show that I had picked up. And I also picked up Married to Medicine, which we're going to do right after this. So make sure you guys stay tuned because Real Housewives of Potomac didn't give much, but Married to Medicine kind of gave me enough. That's how I'm going to put it. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. Mrs. Best, are you ready?
I'm always ready. I was born ready.
She always ready, y'all. She always ready. So the show opens up with Robin. So Robin is sitting in her living room. It looks depressing. It looks sad. This is the most terrible scene ever, but we had to sit through it. She is going over the wedding pictures because, mind you, they started filming directly after the reunion. So it was like literally reunion happened, and then they started filming again. So Juan walks in, and she, talks to him about his workout and everything. Now, at this moment, because mind you, I said they just started filming back, Robin addressed the cheating allegations on her and Giselle's podcast on their Patreon podcast. So you had to pay for certain content, which I didn't pay because I didn't give a fuck one way or the other. So that's why, yeah, nobody cared. So she's going down the rundown with Juan about what happened in the story. So Juan fixes up himself to say that it was a stupid move. There was a girl he was talking to that he shouldn't have been talking to. What happened was she's coming to see a guy who plays for the Rams, and she lost her wallet in a casino. He felt bad for her, so he put the room charge on his credit card just to be nice.
There's so much wrong. Am I allowed to talk? There's so much.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
First, I want to say, who the fuck profits off of their pain in like the moment that is happening? Listen, I think any person that's been cheated on, the last thing I would be thinking about is, let me get to Patreon, offer this exclusive. Weird. Juan, I understand now, brother man. You doing what you doing because the girl is a dingbat. And I say that because his story, if y'all listen to what James just said, makes no sense. You said someone was there to see a player of the Rams or whatever the fuck team it is. If you're a player of minor league, major league, whether you're known or not, you're paid. So if she's there to see someone else, then why didn't that someone else cover the room? Why did Juan cover the room?
I want to know why Juan was talking to the lady in the first place.
Right. Why were y'all in a casino together if you were supposed to be away for work? Now, I can understand if you're in the music industry or something, you might be in the club handling stuff, but basketball player and it was off season. So like, why are you at the casino with this woman?
Why are you entertaining this woman when you just publicly proposed to your wife around that time? Or whenever this happened.
It's just too many questions. That's the problem.
It's way too many questions. And this story sounds, for Robin to sit there and go, oh yeah, I believe it. It's like, hello, ding dong, anybody home? I see the lights are off in this motherfucker, but is anybody home? What is going on, Robin? Like, really? Like,
she's a really bad
I can't even do this. I'm sorry, I can't even do this. Bravo in this fucking call center. Why would y'all bring Robin back if she is going to play in our face with this shit? It is stupid.
Why does they keep bringing Robin back when, in my opinion, throughout the years, Potomac has done well? It's very popular. I think that Potomac has a habit of having episodes like the one we're discussing, where it's kind of slow, kind of boring, hard to watch. And I feel like we would have less episodes like that if they got rid of Robin. Like, I'm not saying one person is solely responsible for the interest, but I just feel like she's a waste of a storyline. She should be like
storyline She has not had a storyline since season 1 and 2.
Oh no, she has a storyline, and that's the problem with Robin. She has a storyline, with this cheating man that she living with that accepted. Just her situation with Juan by itself gives her a storyline. The problem is that she's lying. If she was honest with us, gave it to us up front, I mean, of course, you're not going to tell all your business, but if you were to tell us what the fuck was really going on, and we see the ladies say this when we see future episodes, like, you'd have a storyline. People will watch you. There's been plenty of housewives separated. Nene Leakes lived with Greg for a couple seasons before they got back together. Like, why lie? That's the part that irks my soul.
Here's the thing.
Lies.
I honestly, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I honestly think that Robin believes the story.
Oh,
I honestly believe that she believes the story, and I don't know why. It sounds crazy. Just that one little story, but we'll continue on because I'm not trying to spend all day with this. I really don't because I don't like Robin that much. So the next story comes up. Juan was in a laundromat with a young lady. And he was saying, well, that's my coach. I worked with her for 3 years. And I guess the person taking the picture didn't know that. And, she was helping me wash the uniforms. And I'm just like.
For those who don't know, it's similar. This is not like when you go to school and you get your PE pants and your little sports outfits and, you got to wash it and keep it clean for practice. Okay. I'm pretty sure at the level of which college basketball or the NBA, I'm pretty sure that the team has a fucking laundry room near the lockers. Pretty sure. And if there's not that, then they're paying a company like Centos or, somebody to come and collect their laundry. So why the fuck were they together?
It's like, Ron, come on. Let me explain something to y'all. Our ROP program in high school had a washer and dryer in the culinary place. And this is just a regular facility for kids. So you mean to tell me that university did not have a laundry room?
Right.
Well, come on now. Let's not do this. And then the last story, this is
the fact that there's more stories is ridiculous.
They bring up him being in the nail salon with this same coach. And he said men and women can't, hang out with each other. Co-workers can't go out with each other and have, spend time and, just do things. And we're like, brother, who in the hell gets their nails and feet done with just a co-worker? Does everybody do that? Raise your hand if y'all do that.
I've actually made close friends at job. Shout out to Megan. She watches sometimes. And I'll tell you this, and she's a good example. We worked together, trained her all the stuff, right? I trained her. But let me tell you this girl keeps her full set. And I don't do it no more because of school and what I do. But
right,
I used to be a full set every 10 days, not being late. Don't play with me. I worked with her. We became good friends, traveled together, never been to the nail salon together. So it is very weird. And we're both females who loved getting our nails done. So it's and we have the same days off. We ain't been to the nail salon together. So it's very strange that Juan has found time to make it to the hotel, the nail salon, and the laundromat with this one person. I'll tell you what I did on Sunday. Booked a hotel for a trip I have coming up with my husband. We went and washed clothes together, and he was discussing getting me to a nail salon. That's what couples do. So
exactly. That was crazy. When I was watching that scene, I was like, oh my God. And Robin just sitting there, and she's really pretty too.
Because that's her sister wife. So she's not going to disrespect her on camera. That's her sister wife. That shit is real.
I mean, it must be because Robin's sitting up there. I'm like, Robin is just, and Juan sitting up there looking like, oh, I'm getting away with this shit too. She actually believe. I'm looking at Juan's face. I'm like, Juan thinking this girl believe anything that come out my mouth.
But we know he's lying because Bravo put that little disclaimer up before the episode about the situation. And the only reason they would do that when every franchise they have, not just Housewives, has had scandal, is if the person involved in it complained.
Yeah, and speaking of the scandal, they brought that up. And then Juan said, I was fired because I wasn't winning any games.
Wasn't that like wasn't there an underage person involved?
I don't know if the person was underage. Now, this is alleged. Don't be coming after me. This is alleged, but supposedly this
Or is
student
that
there
Michael
was being
Garvey?
harassed. Yeah, it's my. I don't know
They're
about
all
Michael Darby.
problematic.
Yeah, but allegedly, well, there was a student at the university that was getting harassed, like on some type of app, by one of the coaches, and it was another man. And basically, what happened was Juan disregarded it and made it seem like it was nothing. So the boy reported it, and and put it under federal investigation. And
Oh yeah, I do. I do remember because Robin was trying to defend that. I'm like, that's bad.
yes,
As adults, we all, whether you are a mandated reporter or not, if someone comes to you because they feel abused or harmed, child, adult, or whatever, do the right thing.
yeah,
Tell who
not
you need to tell or support them how you need to. Because if he did do that, that's
turn a blind eye. Yeah, absolutely, that's terrible. And this is all alleged because this is still. I don't know if this is still ongoing. I think they. I don't know what happened with that case. I'm going to have to look back on it. If anybody knows, feel free to send it to me because I would like to be reminded. I don't really care, but I would like to know what was the outcome of this situation. But in terms of that, you, this is what I don't like about Robin and Juan is that I feel like not only are they playing with our faces, they're playing our faces, but they're playing with our intelligence as if we didn't read any of those blogs and we didn't see any of these situations and we're not putting two to two together. And when you say these stories, they do not make any sense. So I want them off my screen. I don't want to see Robin again. I don't want to see Robin anymore. After this season, let this be her last season. We don't need her. We don't. Bravo. We don't need her. But
yeah,
moving on,
yeah.
Karen, Candace, and Wendy meet up, and they basically come to terms with they were the targets last season, just to cover up Juan's cheating allegations so Robin wouldn't have to bring it up. So they were trying to malign Candace and Chris, which is, Candace's husband, try to bring that up to make it seem like he was doing something, and we also saw him do it previous seasons with Karen and also with Wendy. So they conveniently do this so they don't have to talk about what's going on in their lives, and it's getting annoying to
No, you
me.
know what I think? Apologies to interrupt. Let me explain something. The common denominator between Wendy, Karen, and Candace is that they can get a man and keep him. And the thing of it is, and a lot of females do this, I don't care where you from, what color you are, women do this. I'm telling you, James. There's the kind that are so happy for your marriage but secretly jealous in the background. And then there's the kind that are going to smile in your face, but be looking at any moment to take you down. Not only do they all have in common that they're married, they have the least problematic husbands. Okay. Ashley Darby's husband is photographed places in nothing but a thong and a Speedo, hoping to meet up with men and meeting with other women. And she hopes that he would stop. She's hell. Allowing threesomes couldn't keep the man faithful for her. Giselle just can't seem to get or keep one for decades. It's what she does. She's a roundaway girl. And Robin is a sister wife in hiding, desperate to come out with the truth. So it makes sense that, and look at Mia, married Dr. G for money and was a stripper on the come up. A hoe quite literally turned into a housewife. So yes, they're going to come for Candace, whose husband's a chef, who's well respected. It seems to like her, and Karen Huger, who, yeah, may have married the older man with money, but he's still interested in her. And fucking Wendy's husband, that man is fine. I've said it. So it's like, come on now. Of course they come for y'all, but what's irritating is I'm like, y'all took this long to figure it out. That's what Potomac women do that irritates me. Because Karen, Wendy, and Candace could have been came together. I'm like, why are y'all not connecting that misery loves company?
And it bothers me. It used to bother me with Candace when she would befriend Robin, and it was like, oh,
Robin's a
you really don't
puppet.
have no discernment, like, because Robin is the last person out of the equation that I would even trust. Hell, I probably trust Mia before I trust Robin. Like that just goes to show you,
It's
I
like
don't trust Robin.
befriending one of the dogs I trained by, I was a dog trainer for 9 years, y'all. For like to go and like choose Robin, just Robin does whatever someone else wants. Juan wants to cheat and doesn't want it out. She's going to be okay with that. Giselle wants things done a certain way. She's going to be okay with that. That's what
Yep.
Robin does. So she's not the person, Candace. I always looked at that like, I know that shit ain't going to last.
No, it's not. And so they speaking of Robin, they talk about Robin on Watch What Happens Live because Robin brought up, well, I thought Karen was going to bring up the cheating allegations, and it was like, so you gonna play in our face again and say you thought Karen was gonna bring it up? How the fuck Karen was gonna bring some shit like that? And what reason would she have to bring it up? Like I don't know if Robin thinks at all. I'm telling you, Robin is
You
ridiculous.
saw in the Watch What Happens Live interview, we all saw that. I watched like that because it was so bad. But
Yeah, it was
come
terrible.
on.
Hell, I was
Robin is
Ebony sitting next to her drinking
obviously
that drink.
lying. She's not just lying. She is not like other housewives where she's prepped her lie and, shit like that. This bitch is lying as she goes. And you can tell that she's like literally looking up to try and see the thought in her brain on
Because
live
Robin knows this shit
television.
doesn't make sense. And she knows this doesn't make sense.
What
And
she
that's
needs,
what's so irritating.
she needs to just
Like
tell the truth.
he cannot be that good to where you just completely lose the common sense you were born with. He cannot be that good. I'm sorry, y'all. There's no way I can accept that. So moving on from that, Ashley. So Ashley is in her new $2 million home that Michael put the deposit down on,
And his name is on.
and his name is on the mortgage, which because it was revealed at the reunion that Ashley's not getting half of anything. See, he played her in that prenup because if y'all remember a few seasons back, Ashley says if she stays married to him for 5 years, she's gonna get half of everything. Oh, but no, 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 no. Michael ain't no fool. She ain't getting half of shit.
I always knew we couldn't trust what Ashley was saying, and it has nothing to do with Ashley. That man is 3 times her age. He has lived, and he has lived as a businessman. And businessmen are ruthless. Not only that, he's made his living in sales and restauranting, which requires you to be ruthless as hell and have a good understanding of contracts, even without legal representation. So when she said that years ago on season 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm telling you right now, I always knew. I was like, oh, that's not true. Someone who's marrying somebody who knows nothing about life yet, who's been sheltered, like Ashley was, just because you grow up, poor does not mean that you can't be sheltered from the rest of the world. And that's what people forget. And Ashley gave me that in the first couple of seasons. So she is a fool if she ever thought that he would sign away 50% of everything that took him longer than she had been alive to attain. Like, Ashley is also just as dumb as Robin. I think that she just shows her lack of intelligence in different ways because
No. And I hate to interrupt you
go ahead.
because no, she's not smart. She sounds great. She sounds great. She's not smart. She just sounds the part. She's maneuvered her life to have this Valley girl accent, to know a couple of words, big words, and have an amount of decency to where it looks like intelligence. That woman is not smart. Because if you were smart, you would be putting away the money he gave you and hid it until, because women, y'all have to understand something. When you get with these rich men like this, who are older like this, they have protected everything they have before you even got with them. So when they spoil you and say, "Here, go shop and buy yourself something nice," buy yourself something nice, but it ain't got to cost no $2,000 or $3,000. You get you something that costs $100 and put the rest of that shit up. And I'm telling you, and keep doing it and keep doing it and prepare yourself for the fuck shit. Because let me tell you something about getting with old ass men. There's going to be some fuck shit that comes around later. And when the fuck shit comes around, then you're gonna be looking stupid because you banked yourself in thinking that this man's going to give you something when he leave your ass, and that is not the case. Ashley's the fears.
I give you that because you know what? 5 years is plenty of time with a man that was worth over $25 million net. that's just like his available assets and cash on hand, I would for sure be putting something to the side. Absolutely. You should
Absolutely.
always prepare. I think that's the beauty of marriage. You take this risk with this person because of all of those things, but you take the risk in a way that is smart. For example, I have a joint bank account, well, a couple joint bank accounts with my husband, but then we also have our own separate accounts. Protection. Then when shit goes wrong, I've got my account, he's got his account, and what's in the joint can easily be. So yeah, the Ashley and um damn, I forgot her name. That's how much she needs to go. The Robin. Ashley and Robin. I think they're similar with their stupidity, but in different ways. Because one of them is the provider. I think Juan's also staying because of her stability, because it's gonna be hard for him to get his name back out there with what happened
Oh, we're
publicly
gonna talk
that
about that
we all
later. Yeah, we're gonna
saw.
talk about that. Yeah.
But then Ashley is the one who needed Michael's money. So they're like both, they're so, I don't know. But, and
Yeah.
also, why did she let them kids climb on that countertop like
I
that?
was just gonna get to that because we see her little boys. Little boys are getting so big, but yeah, she. I don't know what happened in this scene because when I saw that little boy pick that baby up and try to bring him up on the shelf, and she just turned her head and said, "Oh, you helping your brother?" It was like,
I'm looking like there's nothing soft. This is a legitimate marble, probably
yeah.
something I can't afford,
Just imagine if he would
countertop.
have dropped that baby. Like,
And
damn.
then lifting, I am medical assistant. So I'm like, he could have popped or
It's okay
pulled
to decide.
something.
Yep.
Yeah. Like kids are,
Hmm.
their bones aren't like ours. You can't just be dragging them by. It was funny and cute because it's like, oh, they're just trying to play. But I'm like, you've had your back turned to your kids long enough that
Something could have happened.
they
Yeah, I didn't
climb.
like that either, but they were adorable. Um, Yeah, they were adorable. And she, asked Dean how he likes the house, and he says, "I love the house." She says, "Michael has been here, but he doesn't really go upstairs and everything. He's only been in my house twice." Like, I don't
She
believe that.
lying.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
That man
Um,
is letting her buy houses in
that
his
he ain't gonna
name
come and ain't gonna walk
and
in. Yeah,
paying her child support and other shit if he can't come in
yeah.
and get some.
But Ashley, yeah, Ashley lets us know that she's not really in no hurry to get no divorce. Her divorce is not final. I bet you not. I bet you not ready to get that divorce yet, Ashley. I know you not. So she FaceTimes Giselle and she mentions Robin. And Giselle's like, I don't know what's going on with Robin. She told me the story, which she reiterates the story we just told. Ashley busts out laughing like we all did because we was like, that sounds fucking ridiculous. So Giselle tells Ashley she's going to have kind of an intervention for Robin because they need to talk to her to see if she's okay. So Ashley agrees, they're gonna go ahead and have this intervention at Giselle's house. Speaking of Giselle, we go to Giselle's house. I'm like, Giselle, this damn house. Y'all, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't talk about this lady house because at least she has one. But at the same time, damn, like you still ain't fixed this damn house yet. All this money. And I get living in the DC area is expensive. I totally get it. I'm not trying to come down on her right or anything. But it's like, damn, girl, you should if you knew you couldn't fix this house, you shouldn't even have got it. But
It's been
she's
like eight
dating.
seasons of her working on this house. But that's why she got money, because obviously she holding on to it. I would
She
move.
holding on to it, so she obviously doing something right. But she's dating some little boy from one of them little below deck whatever shows. I don't even know the little boy name, but he's a chef, and they in the house sushi, making sushi and stuff. And I will honestly, I'm gonna give it to Giselle. They do look cute together. I will say that, and she seems genuinely happy with him. I think that he's probably giving it to her on the regular.
James, they do not look cute together. You are lying to every viewer. That looks like his mother or his great aunt. That's what it looks like. And Giselle, everybody agrees. She's messy as hell, but she's a beautiful woman. She's aging wonderfully. But next to that man, she looked her age for the first time. I don't
Mhm.
think they cute together at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Well, whatever, y'all. I think they look. I think they make a cute couple. They do. I don't know. I just. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not against different age groups of people dating each other. I'm not against that per se because you just never know where your connections truly do lie. So I feel like I'm okay with it for now until some fuck shit comes out. That's how I'm looking at that. So they make it sushi. She calls uh delightful but beautiful some shit or whatever her daughter's name is. I don't know. I'm not gonna practice these daughters names. I'm not gonna. I know it's in her tagline. I'm not gonna do it. So delightful comes down the stairs and she begins to help him make stop, stop laughing at me. Stop laughing at me.
All right, I'll try.
Yes, just stop laughing at me. So she's helping him make the sushi, and I can tell the kids like him as well. Definitely a nice in a better situation than Sherman and Jamal and whoever else she's been trying to be with on the show. So we move on to Mia. Mia had to move out of that $10,000 a month rent house that she had in Potomac into a very eensy teensy weeny little apartment. Because if you guys do not know about Mia, Mia actually owned the joint chiropractor. She owned several of them. Now, I don't know what I mean. I here's the thing. Mia didn't explain how they lost access of the business. She didn't explain it right. I knew what she was talking about, but if you guys do not know what she's talking about and how they lost that business, watch the family that praised the scene where Kathy Bates comes in a board meeting. That's exactly what that is. It's when people have shares and stock holding of your company. You can manage it, but you can also be voted out and you don't really necessarily have a vote, you have a contingent vote. Whoever owns more of the shares can have the controlling vote. That's how that works. And she just didn't explain it right. So, for those of y'all who don't know, you can watch A Family That Prays with Tyler Perry. He actually has a great explanation of it. So, watch that movie if y'all are confused on how Mia lost these businesses. But she's in this little bitty apartment. She talks about how her closet is tiny. And I'm just looking at Mia like, it almost looks like y'all were trying to showcase y'all had money y'all really didn't have. And now it's beating you in the ass. I tell you, y'all have to watch how y'all reflect it on TV because it
And
will
you
bite you in
can
your ass.
pay $10,000 a month in a mortgage. Take that money.
Crazy. Like when you think of $10,000 a month, and what do you have it for? Like, what do you honestly need that big of a house for? For what? And then what was crazy is if I remember correctly, she renovated that house, didn't she? Yeah, I believe I'm thinking back, she renovated the house. So that was even more ridiculous than you paying the rent on it. Because why are you renovating somebody else's house? It just doesn't make any sense. Me, it doesn't make sense, y'all. But she talks to her husband, about his depression. She talks about Karen, and I was like, blah, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I don't like Mia. So going forward in these episodes, I probably won't mention her much. Her and Robin are in the same boat for me. I do not like either one. Actually, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I don't like any of these ladies, with the exception, I'm indifferent to Candace because there's times I like her, there's times I don't. I'm indifferent to Wendy. There's times I like her, there's times I don't. Karen, I'm okay with. I really feel like there's not really nothing she does that would get on my nerves. But I feel like at the same time, I'm over the whole persona of the grand dame shit. I'm
Yeah,
over that.
Karen's Karen can read and Karen is funny, but if you put Karen and her same behavior in a group of women that are actually her age, like let's say Married to Medicine, something like that, which we'll be recapping after this.
Yeah.
I just feel like she wouldn't be as grand, you know, because the way that she behaves and acts to me seems like she's found a way to take the behaviors of greats like Nene Leakes, who have been just over the top, darling, but still supposedly about class. But Karen, I know people love her, but she's just never done it for me. I'm like, okay, the grand dame, who are you? We don't really know much about you. And Karen is kind of like Robin, except Karen's actually smart and was able to divert people away from the issues that came out about her marriage. But I'm like, she don't really talk about nothing or show nothing. And then her
Yeah.
kids have been
So,
grown. So I'm just like,
yeah. I just feel like, yeah, I would like them to revamp this cast as well. But moving on, it is the day of Robin's intervention. So we have Giselle setting up her backyard for, she got food, wine, whatever. Sharice brings her old crazy ass down them damn things. I'm like, why do we need to see Sharice?
Sharice,
Why?
I've never liked
Bravo in
Sharice.
Bravo in that call center. Why do we need to see Sharice? What does she bring? So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. First season, Sharice didn't talk about her marriage, didn't talk about business, didn't talk about anything.
Nope.
All we saw was her cry over some food that didn't want her kids going to college. All we saw was that.
Yeah.
We know she's well connected. I get it. Her daughter was with the Obama daughters. I get it. I got all that. But I don't care to see her on my screen. I could have did without Sharice.
We talk about that a lot. I agree. Just because you're connected and a part of an elite crowd or person, such as the Obamas, who are, famous, it doesn't mean that that makes you interesting enough for TV. That's how we got stuck with Kim Kardashian because she was friends with Paris Hilton and Britney Spears, all in the prime of their careers and got popular off of that. And now 20 years later or whatever, damn near everyone's like, we're tired of them. Why are they famous? Well, this is why, because when you put people on TV for their connections versus talent or their natural charisma, nobody's gonna. I don't understand Sharice James. And for someone with so much money and status, why, Sharice, do your wigs look the way that they do? I don't, it looks like she took my ponytail, cut off the rest of the braids, and just threw a wig on top. And that little poke is just.
She did. She was given, what was the thing from the Adams Family thing? No, I think it. She was giving it with that wig. It was like
Tired of
Sharice.
Sharice's hair. It's like, dude,
I'm
you.
tired of Sharice just in general. She's just a waste of time. So yes, as she then comes down there talking about Giselle, you ain't finished your renovations yet. Oh my God, I can't even get down here. And we're like, no, she ain't finished the renovation. She gonna be building on that house for 30 years. I promise you. It just that's just what it is.
She's never
She gonna
gonna
be
be.
building on that house. As long as she has that mortgage. That's all I'm gonna say. So they talk about Robin, you know, overall with the situations because they're all really concerned about Robin, which I don't understand why. Because Robin is okay with where she is. Like she really, like you can see she wears it on her face. That obviously there's something wrong, but I don't know if it has to do with one more so than it has to do with not getting the attention she thought she was going to get from one. I don't know which one it is, but it's something. So then Robin ends up showing up. And one thing I'm gonna give Giselle, I'm probably not gonna give her much this season. It depends because I don't like Giselle. But I'm gonna give it to her. She did hold Robin to task. Like she held Robin accountable because she's like, this does not look good because it doesn't. It doesn't look good at all for you to be going through these situations and then you publicly defending this situation as if it's true. Like that's what's so crazy about it. We're looking at Robin like, does this story really does make sense to you?
People don't like
So
to be lied to. They don't like it. We already have enough bullshit with what edits the editors do with reality TV, making it not so reality. So last thing we want is for her to bullshit us. I'm tired of Robin
oh, but I
and
am
the
too.
dry hair.
This scene really was pointless because Robin realistically didn't take accountability for nothing. All she wanted to do was say, "Well, what was I supposed to do? Throw him out?" And we were like, "Yeah, hello." And it's like, and it just goes to show you she has very low self esteem and she is so self unaware. And I tell you also I tell people all the time in like my regular life, like you have to be careful who you surround yourself with when it comes to love.
Yep.
Because just because somebody is indebted to you does not mean they love you in that way. And I honestly feel like Juan married you because that was to save your face. That ain't have shit to do with him. And he's used to you. So why not marry you?
Yep. I agree. It just seemed so for those who don't remember, let me come. My camera was like tripping. Apologies. Like Robin and Juan when they got together, I think they have a trauma bond. That's my personal thing. I think that's a piece of it because he did not have family, parents, her family took him in. So it's kind of like she got with the guy, you know, that he's a little bit of a stray. And then I don't think Robin's that confident either. You can just
No,
tell
because you could tell she was all like, and then when she said the woman wasn't even his top, wasn't even his type, I'm all like, Robin,
you don't know his type.
you first of all, when it comes to cheating, men don't have a fucking type. That woman could have a mole on her lip, fat cheeks, and five chins. He'll still find a way to do it. I promise you, he will. Men don't care about that. Like when she was saying it, I was like, Robin, come on now. Don't be silly. Even Sharice was all like, look, if you just saw what Eddie cheated with, I had to question that myself. And it's like, because this honestly, looks do not matter when men cheat. I promise you it don't. It's the thrill of the game that they enjoy. That's all that it is. It's the thrill of the game that they enjoy. And it's the fact that they can do it. It doesn't matter what it looks like.
Mhm.
So y'all have to really like. I was looking at Robin like, oh my god, like get her off my screen. I can't do this with her anymore. Get her off my screen. I do not want to see it. I don't care about these tears because every time I look at Robin, I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I lose brain cells because all Robin does on this screen is for one and I do. That's exactly what I hear when it comes to Robin and her confessions. Anytime she says that man's name, that's all that I hear, and it's annoying. It is stupid, and it's like, ugh. So her explaining away these rumors that none of these, you could tell Giselle, Ashley, and Sharice was sitting there looking like, girl, you just a fucking fool, and that's how we all feel. And that's it, y'all. I ain't got nothing else to say. Mrs. Best, do you got anything else to say?
That's the episode?
That's the whole episode. That's where we left off.
So the only thing I have to say is it took me, for everyone to know, 3.5 days to watch this episode because I was that bored. Um, Usually when there's a scandal, we care, but I think because it's Robin, people don't care. Robin is and has been called to be fired and not brought back, honestly, since like season 2. And I think Bravo needs to listen to the fans. We don't care about this lady's story. I don't care to see Juan on TV. It's just gotten bad. It's gone from bad to worse. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. I don't care.
Me too. That's all I care.
Hopefully there's more this season because I remember when they were filming, I know there was a brawl in a nightclub. We finna see some beef with Wendy and the other Nigerian lady.
Which
But
I'm not looking forward to seeing
I
at all
don't
because I do follow her husband on IG, Dr. Akina. I do not want to have this image of his wife because I feel like she wants to appease to the Green Eye Bandits and the other light skinned women on the cast. I really feel like that's the direction she's going in. And if that's the case, I'm not going to be here for it because I feel like whatever beef she has with Wendy, it seems like it's superficial and just not realistic, in my opinion. So
I
I'm going to hold on and have an open mindset when it comes to her. But it's not looking good based on the commercial. So yeah,
It's time for a
and
cash
I
shake.
and I hate it because Dr. Akina is cool on IG. So I'm like, dang man, why? I don't want to look at your wife in this way, but I will. Like I'm gonna be trying to be careful. But I y'all,
Bravo needs to figure it out. I think with their white, I'm just gonna say it with the shows that have a prevalently white cast, like Southern Charm, Vanderpump Rules, things like that. They go above and beyond to promo. Look, we're getting promos for Vanderpump Rules. How many times during commercial breaks of these Housewives episodes? But they didn't do that when Atlanta was coming back, or for Potomac, Married to Medicine really has been more spread out. Bravo tends to also like to keep the cast hella stale and stagnant on these African American based cast. And I think that that is the problem. Listen, I'm going to just say it. White people working at Bravo, if y'all need to ask your black employees or somebody in, that look like us, you know, how do I look for this? Or because every race is different, then do it. But you can't leave people like Robin and Ashley, like force them to do their jobs. I'm just, we need a cast shakeup of Potomac and Atlanta so bad.
yes, I agree. We need a cast shakeup, especially with this cast, because I feel like I don't know why they got rid of Ascala. I actually liked her, and I thought she was a great fit for the show.
She just had a
I don't
baby.
know. Yeah, I don't know why we had to keep Robin. I feel like Ashley can go too because I feel like she brings absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Um, I feel like yeah, and I know they're gonna keep Giselle. I already know Giselle could have nothing going on for 10 seasons. They're gonna keep her.
But
So
she's messy and she gets involved, but she doesn't refuse to film, refuse to engage with people, or do something that could turn into a lawsuit. So I
yeah,
think that's why they keep her. She's necessary, but if they keep her with Robin, I want to see Giselle interact with more friends who won't just do what the fuck she says.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. But that's that's a recap, you guys. That was all but nothing. I'm saying this. I'm surprised we lasted 40 minutes on this show,
Well,
but
you're
we're
detailed,
gonna
darling. Good job.
yes. So I'm going to now in the live. We're going to go over to Married to Medicine, which was slightly better. So with that being said, you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You know, I do respond to everybody's comments. Thank you for everyone who interacts with us. Thank you for everybody to subscribing to us. We're still new. We're still trying to get a flow going here. This stuff is hard. It's hard to beat our mind versus our notes. So sorry if it's all over the place, but we will try our best to keep it going. Then until the next review, you guys, we'll see you at Married to Medicine. Make sure you come on over. Bye bye.